down here on the field after Furman's most improbable victory of this 2018 season, down 10-0, come back to beat Georgia State 13-12. Brett Harker, can you put this one into words?
I'd have to go back and watch it again. There was just so many moving parts to this game, and to be honest with you, we did so many things wrong for half the game. But for us to just stick with it, and the dugout never changed, which was a different. That's different than how we've been the last 8 games. That was our big thing we talked about this week. The dugout never started pointing at each other. They stayed positive. And, you can have that game 100 times. You say as positive as you want, you still lose the game. So it was really nice for our guys to come all the way back, get the big hit, and win, and reinforce the things that we've been talking about all week.
This one, I guess to say it had a little bit of everything would be an understatement, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It had, they were picking us off to end the inning. There was errors on both sides. There was, every time the ball was hit, it was like there was 2 defenders out there. It literally had a little bit of everything. But, God, just so proud of our guys. How often do you see a deficit like that? And, by the way, they didn't quit swinging it. They kept swinging it. And it was just, some big things in the game. And I don't mean to steal your thunder, but I thought Jared Mahalik finally popping the ball out of the yard finally made a pitcher pay for a hanging breaking ball. And I looked at Coach Davis and I said, I'm telling you, we're going to start hitting home runs now. Somebody need to do it. And then sure enough, I didn't know the next hitter was going to do it. Elmy pops one. We ended up hitting 2 grand slams. A little bit of everything in that game, yeah.
Mahalik, it's like his hit freed the chains off everybody else.
It felt like a curse was broken. Right. It was unbelievable. People kept asking what's going on with our offense. I'm like, it's just not us. We're just not swinging the bats. Right. And then all of a sudden, everybody just relaxed. Oh yeah, we can do it. And that's baseball, and that's why you come out every day, and that's why you play 9 innings. Because I'm going to tell you, it didn't look real good.
And he gets that chance because Costa can catch for the first time,
and that's the way this game works.
Yeah.
And another thing that no one really looks at is Jordan beats and puts up a couple zeros. If he doesn't put up those zeros, none of the rest of that stuff plays out. And that's why we talk about it, every inning's important. Every one of their opportunities they get are important because at the end of the game, it's going to come down to just a run or 2.
You said you wanted to get Mahalik some consecutive at-bats, and he looked really good. And then when you decide to bring Crawford in, that takes a DH off, and you have to pull him out and put Dylan Love in. So even that, though, worked out because Dylan ended up getting a big hit.
And that's another thing. He took advantage of that opportunity. And there's things that are going on behind the scenes. Tyler Kimbrell is sick, so he wasn't even at the ballpark. Hawkins' shoulder got tight. I think he hasn't thrown in cold weather in a while. So we had to bring in Crawford, who ended up doing the most with that opportunity, so then that gives us confidence. It's just so many moving parts happen in a 9-inning game that most people don't know, and it affects all your decisions. And then every once in a while it works out. I'll be honest with you, in the last 4 years, we've been burnt a ton on intentional walks. It worked out both times.
Yeah.
To load the bases with, by the way, a really, really good hitter. It wasn't like I felt good about that. I just felt like that lefty was seeing beach balls. I didn't like that matchup.
What was the deal with Bertrand? Just location?
Yeah, it was just center cut up. He just couldn't get the ball down, which is very, very unlike him. If there's one thing he can do, he can keep the ball down. And you just have days like that. And I didn't want it to be he gives up 15 runs or something. I just knew he didn't have it. So let's get him out of there.
It's baseball. You don't know what you might build on, but there's a lot of things you can build on tonight.
Listen, this is the best I've felt about our if you ask me, what's the perfect scenario rolling into Mercer, I wouldn't think, go down 10. But in doing that, it showed that we're not out of any games. We showed that we can hit again. We showed that the bullpen can get big outs. Jake Crawford got big outs. Dylan came in and got a big hit. So many things happened because of that deficit that at the time looked like the little bit of hair I had on top of my head was going to be completely gone because it was just nothing went right. We threw what I thought was a runner out by 30 feet, and he got called safe at third. Yeah. And it was just one of those days, and it just felt like, man, we were just behind the 8 ball at every facet of the game. And then to come out and win that, it's pretty special.
So obviously now you've got some pretty good momentum heading into your second conference weekend at a place where you need to be playing well at Mercer, right?
Yeah, and the boys believe in themselves again, and that's the biggest thing. There's no coaches talk on planet Earth that I don't care how good you are. when you've lost 8 in a row, they just got to go win a game. And they did just that, and they did it in a fashion that's pretty exciting. That wasn't just a regular old ball game right there. There was a lot of emotion, and I'm proud of our guys and looking forward to getting back out at practice tomorrow. We got some things we got to get better at too, and they know that. And I said, we'll talk about all those things tomorrow, but for now, let's go eat some pizza and turn up the music.
All right, Brett, thanks.
All right, thank you guys.